it was really either the first or one of the first movies I ever saw that had a whole cast of people my age in it. So it made me kind of think, I wish I'd been in it, and it was inspiring because I had gone to School of American Ballet, which is in the Juilliard building in New York, and I was a ballet dancer in high school, and I was in a company for 5 years. So when I saw it, I felt like I could really identify because I had gone to that kind of a school, and also because having been a dancer, I understand how much work is involved. It's not just this thing that happens to you. There's a lot of discipline that's required and hard work and, diligent developing of your skill. If you look at actors whose careers have lasted for decades and decades, it's all people who producers want to work with, who are professional and nice people, and there's no ego. And I think that ego is the killer, the career killer. And I think that there's a whole thing now in our culture, we live in such a celebrity culture, and we're all just sort of trained, it's indoctrinated into everybody, that being famous is this great thing that if it happens to you, then your life changes and everything's fantastic. And it's just not true. That's just all a myth. It's just a complete illusion. Well, honestly, I did the original movie did have an impact on me because I was at a tender age, but also I'm a singer, and music is very important to me, and most people really don't know that I sing. They know me as Karen from Will and Grace, which is great, but I also have done a lot of singing, just as much or more theater and musical theater than I've done television, and so I got offered this part of the singing teacher, and she actually sings a song in the movie, and I thought, well, who knows if I'll ever get offered a role in a movie where I get to sing. So I'm doing it. I was almost 40 when I got cast on Will and Grace, and I'd been supporting myself as an actress for 20 years, just barely scraping by, and sometimes not scraping by. There was a period when I was in my 20s where I didn't get a job for 2 years, and I had to borrow money from my parents, and there were a lot of times where I would call my friends and say, I'm getting out of the business, I'm quitting, I'm going to do something else, and then I never did, and like the next day I'd get an episode of Murder, She Wrote or something, I would just always get by the skin of my teeth. And then when I was almost 40, I got Will and Grace, and it just happened to become a really successful show. And then I had more opportunities. Yeah, I'm really happy that I'm in it. I think it's going to be a really great movie. I actually seen a couple of scenes from it, and they're amazing. It's really good.